This is number one record by Big Star. Let's talk records. It is August 19th, 1966 at the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. 15-year-olds Alex Chilton and Chris Bell are about to see the Beatles live for the first time. A formative experience that would deeply influence their future paths in music. Both were already aspiring musicians, and when they seen the Beatles during their final tour, inspired them to pursue songwriting and performing with the same passion. Alex Chilton came from a musical family. His father was a jazz musician, and his own talent was recognized early on. After a standout vocal performance at a high school talent show, he joined a local garage rock band, Ronnie and the DeVilles. This group soon evolved into the Box Tops, and in 1967 they recorded The Letter, a raspy 2-minute blue-eyed soul pop song that showcased Chilton's voice, mature beyond his 16 years. The Letter reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making Chilton a teenage pop star. But with fame came challenges. Chilton felt creatively restricted by the industry's control over the box top sound, and after several hits, the group disbanded in 1970. In 1971, Chilton co-founded Big Star with Chris Bell, a Memphis musician who'd been active in the local garage rock scene. Soon, bassist Andy Hummel and drummer Jody Stevens joined the lineup. They chose the name Big Star after a grocery store they frequented during recording. Big Star Markets actually had a logo with a 5-point star. The band began recording at Ardent Studios, a cutting-edge facility known for high-quality production, founded by John Fry, who took an active role in helping them refine their sound. Big Star's debut album, number 1 record, was released April 24th, 1972 on Ardent Records. The album fused jangle guitars, lush harmonies, and polished pop melodies, inspired by British invasion bands. Chilton and Bell structured their collaboration in a Lennon-McCartney style partnership, with Chilton bringing a raw edge and Bell perfecting the arrangements. This synergy produced songs like and In the Streets, which was their first single. The latter's cover version would later be popularized as the theme for That 70s Show. Don't Lie to Me with Watch the Sunrise was also released as a single. Interestingly, an error on some copies placed their song 13 instead of Don't Lie to Me. 13, a tender ballad about teenage love, is widely considered one of Big Star's finest compositions, and he was also later on featured on an episode of That 70s Show. Won't you let me walk you home from school? Despite the album's inventive sound and critical acclaim, number 1 record was a commercial flop. At the time, Ardent had partnered with the legendary Stax Records for distribution, aiming to leverage Stax' network to promote its rock records. However, Stax was primarily a soul label and struggled to market rock effectively. Number 1 record faced serious distribution issues. Often, it simply couldn't be found in stores. This lack of visibility meant Big Star missed his chance to reach a wide audience. The album's commercial failure deeply affected the band, particularly Chris Bell, who had poured his heart into the project. Disillusioned, he left the band shortly after the album's release. While Big Star continued, the original lineup's chemistry was lost. Yet over time, number 1 record grew into a cult classic, recognized as one of the most influential albums in rock and roll music. Its influence stretches across genres, from power pop to alternative rock to indie rock, inspiring countless bands like R.E.M., The Replacements, and Teenage Fan Club. Today, number 1 record is celebrated as a timeless album, revered for its emotional depth and groundbreaking pop rock sound. The record has been called one of the best albums of all time. In 2003, it ranked at number 438 on Rolling Stone magazine's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time list, then moved up to number 434 in 2012, and placed at 474 on the latest 2020 Revisited list. While Big Star didn't see immediate fame, their work resonates to this day, establishing number 1 record as a cornerstone of rock and roll history. If you are a record collector like me, number 1 record by Big Star is definitely an essential album to have in your record collection.